Jesus once told a story about a father and his two sons. The younger son was tired of farm life and dreamed of living on his own terms. So one day, he made a bold request. The younger son approaches his father with determination. "Father," he said, "I want my share of the inheritance. Now." It was an unusual and hurtful thing to ask, but the father agreed. He divided his wealth and gave the younger son his share. The younger son travels to a distant city, spending money on lavish parties, expensive clothes, and fleeting pleasures. The son left home, eager to live a life of freedom. He spent every coin on parties and pleasure, not thinking about the future. But soon, the money ran out, and with it, so did his friends. The city now looks dull and empty. The son is shown dirty and hungry, working in a pig pen, feeding pigs while holding his stomach in hunger. With no money and a famine in the land, he was forced to take the only job he could find, feeding pigs. Starving and alone, he realized even the pigs ate better than he did. It was at his lowest point that something finally clicked. The son looks up, deep in thought. "I'll go back to my father," he thought. "I don't deserve to be his son anymore, but maybe he'll hire me as a servant." And so, he began the long journey home. One day he spots his son approaching, weary and ashamed. But while the son was still far off, his father saw him. Filled with love, the father ran to him, threw his arms around him, and welcomed him back. The father hugs his son tightly as the son begins to cry. The son tried to apologize, saying, "Father, I've sinned against you and against heaven. I'm not worthy to be called your son." But the father didn't let him finish. He called for his servants to bring the best robe, a ring, and sandals for his son. Then he said, "Let's celebrate. My son was lost, but now he's found," to the older brother working in the fields, looking frustrated as he hears the sounds of a celebration. He approaches the house with a frown. Meanwhile, the older brother heard the music and asked what was happening. When he learned about the celebration for his brother, he was angry and refused to join. The father steps outside to talk to the older son, who looks upset. The father pleaded with him to come inside, but the older son said, "I've worked for you all these years and never disobeyed, yet you never threw a party for me. But now, this son of yours comes back after wasting everything, and you celebrate him?" The father places a hand on the older son's shoulder. The father gently replied, "You're always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate, because your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost, but now he's found." This story is about more than a family reunion. It's a reminder of God's incredible love and forgiveness. No matter how far we stray, He's always ready to welcome us home with open arms. And it teaches us to show that same grace to others. After all, we're all in need of a second chance, lost and found, loved and forgiven. Luke 15:31. "It was right that we should make merry and be glad, for your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found."